So as we saw from Monday morning's stock gyrations, the worst may not be over in the markets. The fact of the matter is that nobody knows quite what to expect, quite what's going to happen next. And it's important to remember, if you're an individual consumer, an individual investor in this particular moment, it's the professionals really who are causing a lot of the bounces up and down. Most everyday investors are still trying to sort of sit on their hands, not panic, and think about what best to do. It's sort of anybody's guess as to what happens next, although it's entirely possible that stocks will head lower in the next 6 to 12 months, and your 401k balance will as well. Much depends on what the government is going to pay for these distressed mortgage securities that they're deciding they've decided to buy from some of the companies that are in trouble. We just don't know what kind of price they're going to pay, and until we do, and it may be weeks or months until we do, the markets are probably going to be in a fair bit of turmoil and volatility. Now, if you're a homeowner, the news may be a little bit better. Right now, the Democrats are pushing for a couple of things in this bill that may make it easier for companies to modify loans. In fact, the government may end up owning your mortgage if it buys mortgages in addition to the mortgage securities from the companies that are in trouble. If the government owns your mortgage, it may decide to offer better terms. A couple other things to think about here. The cost here is going to be high. We don't know how high, but probably well into the hundreds of billions. That could mean higher taxes down the road or fewer tax breaks. So, as always, it makes sense to do everything, up to the point of where it's illegal, to avoid paying taxes where you don't need to. The only other thing I've been hearing the last couple of days is sort of a profound sense of moral outrage that the people who caused this, the executives who caused this, are now going to be bailed out. The thing to think about here is that, rather than complaining or worrying about, the fact that their companies are going to continue to exist, try to remember that, we do need to have the A-team on duty here. We need the kind of second and third level, workers at these companies to help us sort of sort this all out. We don't all want them to disappear because none of them are allowed to have a bonus that's larger than that of the President of the United States. A better way to consider our moral outrage, perhaps, is to, demand some shares of stock for some of these companies in return for participating in the government program. Those shares could end up benefiting the U.S. taxpayer down the road if these companies end up coming out of this okay.